Hello everyone and welcome to another episode with me and Boy. And today guys I want to talk a little bit about potty training. How do we get our dog to be potty trained, which is something that a lot of people sometimes struggling with, and sometimes it's the most important things to people when they get a new dog, right? The way to do it guys is to really be good at supervising our dog, to make sure that we can see him and knowing always where he is around the house, right? A really good way to do it is either have them crate train, which is basically give them a safe place of their own, right, if you will, their den. Usually most dogs wouldn't do their business in their crate, especially if it's a good sized crate, right, so it's not too big but it's not too small. You want your dog to be able to stand completely in his crate and spin around his crate easily, but not really oversized, because otherwise they'll pee and poop on one side and they will sleep on the other side. And every time your dog is inside the crate, when you let him out, I'll open the crate and take him straight away to where I do want him to do his business, right? So let's say I'll take him to the backyard or take him straight on a walk outside the house. And whenever he does his business there, I'll praise him. When you do have your dog around the house, right, don't just let your puppy run around the house all over the place. Start from one room and then expand it to around the house. Maybe first when you get a puppy, you'll introduce him just to the living room, right? And all the rest of the house will be restricted. We really want our dogs to generalize our whole house is their house, right? Because dogs generally wouldn't like to do their business in their house. But we gotta understand that it takes a long time for a puppy to understand that the whole house, that's his house, right? We first want to get them used to the fact that the living room is their house, and then the kitchen is also their house, and then the bedroom is also their house. But we want to do it slowly, so we'll introduce one room at a time and kind of give our puppy freedom slowly. So its start is going to be spend a lot of time in his crate. This is what a crate look like, guys. I'm going to do a specific video on how to crate train your dog easily, but it's basically your dog's space, right? His own den, a place that he likes to be and just sleep in and relax. It's really good because you know that your dog is safe and he's not going to get into any trouble, and you can really know exactly what's up with your puppy, and he's not just running around the house, eating your walls and chewing your shoes and just getting into troubles and getting used to really bad habits. You can see that Boy really likes his crate, right? Dogs would fall in love in their crate, right? Because dog is a den animal and they just like their own little safe place to be. This is his permanent crate, right? When we just got him, we had a smaller crate because you don't want to give your puppy a huge crate, because if it's a really big crate, he could sleep in one side and do his business on the other side. And also this is a soft crate, which I wouldn't recommend for a puppy because they can scratch it and chew it. We had a little bit of a smaller crate that it's from plastic, so that the puppy can't really ruin it from the inside. So that's basically a little bit about the crate. I promise you I'm going to do a specific video exactly how to get your dog trained and how to get him to love his crate. So of course, something really important, don't ever just leave your dog in a crate for 3, 4, 5 hours and forget about it, right? Every time before you put him in a crate, make sure he has lots of exercise, make sure he had food, had some water, make sure he had his potty break. Yeah, and I probably wouldn't go over 3, 4 hours with that. Even if you have work 7, 8 hours a day, like a lot of us do, make sure if you can arrange to come in lunch, maybe to play with him for a little bit and give him another potty break, or maybe you have a friend or a doggy daycare or a dog walker or someone that can come in and interact with your dog. If you push it over 4 or 5 hours, it's becoming really hard for a dog, and a puppy can't hold his pee for that long period, so keep that in mind. And now I'm just going to show you the second option that you can also use when you train your dog to kind of control his environment. You could use a puppy playpen, which is also if you want to give your dog a little bit more freedom but still confined area that you can fill up with toys and bones. So just having his own time but still kind of part of the family. You can see everything that's going on. Maybe if you have another dog, if you have another cat, so they can kind of get used to each other without really interacting with each other, which is something that's really important. Control your dog. Make sure that you always give him a lot of opportunities to go outside where you do want him to do potties, right? The more opportunities you give him to do it outside, the more he's going to do it outside, the more he's going to get used to do it outside, right? And if your dog does have a mistake at home, which he will have, right? Even if you're really, really good at controlling it, sometimes it's too hard with puppies and they just do it instantly before you even notice that they're about to do it. But if you do catch your dog doing it, just tell him no, grab him, pick him up and put him outside where you do want him to do it. Please, if you don't catch your dog exactly at the time that he's doing potty, don't do anything, right? The only one that you can get mad with is probably yourself because you didn't do enough job controlling him. So that's okay if your dog did a mistake, it's all good. It's not the end of the world, he will grow out of that. Just make sure you keep giving him lots and lots and lots of opportunities to do it outside. It can take a while for puppies to get used to be really potty trained and understand that the whole house is their house. I would say have a month solid without any mistakes in the house. You might start thinking that your dog is potty trained, but again, don't try to rush it through. Don't give your dogs just free access to the whole house all the time and just have him running around, right? You wouldn't have a baby just running around the house without supervision. You make sure that he's protected and he can't get into any troubles or hurt himself. So I hope you guys are going to have a really easy time with your dogs getting potty trained, and hope you like this video. I'll see you next time.